Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. All right. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Now this is what going to the cinema should be about. Watching a giant lizard fighting a gorilla and an orangutan. But on a more serious note, I absolutely loved this movie. It exceeded all of my expectations and was just super awesome. I've been following the Monsterverse for a while now and these films just keep getting better and better. There's just so much greatness in Godzilla x Kong and it's gigantic fun. It knows exactly what type of film it wants to be and isn't afraid to be over the top and wacky. It's not at all a deep film and isn't loaded with social commentary on current affairs. It is just incredibly entertaining, which is exactly what Hollywood needs right now. It is a thrilling ride from start to finish and has just hit $194 million globally at the box office, which just proves how popular these types of movies really are. I'm super hopeful that there will be many more of these brilliant movies. The story follows a new threat in the Monsterverse, where Godzilla and King Kong must fight together to take down the new mighty villain known as Scar King. His mere existence threatens the surface world as he plans to conquer Earth whilst using his hundreds of ape followers to do his bidding. The plot itself may seem simple enough on paper, but the way it was executed was just so imaginative. Let's first talk about Scar King. What an absolutely brilliant villain and a worthy opponent for the mighty Kong. He was pretty menacing, especially the way he stood and composed himself. His slender and elongated body was just so different to Kong and was a great contrast to Kong's large and muscular physique. Scar King has an army of followers who all fear him, which just reinforced his evilness and wicked ways. There was a real intense energy between Kong and Scar King, especially the way they would communicate with each other with their roars. Even the way Scar King laughed at Kong was sinister and really intimidating. The first battle scene between the two titans was just so epic and was a brilliant first showdown. It was also here we learned that Scar King has taken the titan Shimu as hostage to use her ice breath as a weapon. I loved the addition of this character and felt really sorry for her, as she was being controlled by Scar King through a blue crystal, which causes her immense pain. I loved the design of her and her powers were pretty cool when they were used. I really hope we see more of this character in the future and learn more of her story. Both Kong and Godzilla were equally great in this movie, but the movie does follow more of Kong's storyline, so Godzilla doesn't have the same amount of screen time. However, his scenes were still pretty epic, especially when Godzilla evolved into a pink version, which is even more powerful than his blue evolution. I believe the next movie will be more about Godzilla, but I was still content with his scenes in this movie. Kong really did shine in this film. We got to see so much more of his strength and determination, as well as his weaknesses, as he does get seriously hurt several times in this film. It was also nice to see a father and son dynamic between Kong and baby Kong Soko. He was also another fun character to watch, especially when Kong uses him as a weapon to hit enemies. He was a very adorable character, but his screams were just so funny to me for some reason. They were really over the top, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. I never really liked the human subplots in these movies, as I just want to see epic kaiju fights, but I feel it works much better this time. The girl from the Iwi tribe, Jai, has a much better storyline and feels more fleshed out. We learn that she keeps getting visions of the future and has to return to Hollow Earth to learn more about her life. We also see more of a mother and daughter bond between Jai and Dr. Eileen Andrews. I feel they show just enough to keep it interesting, but of course I would have loved to have seen even longer kaiju battle scenes instead of the human storyline. I would rate this movie 8 out of 10. This film is just gigantic fun and is an absolute blast from start to finish. It was incredibly entertaining and definitely packs a punch. I would happily watch this movie again, and I hope they continue to make many more movies for the Monsterverse. Have you seen Godzilla x Kong yet? I would love to know all your thoughts and opinions, so please do drop me a comment below. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.